Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out Goofball Goals by developer Gravity Sensation. This is the same developer that you might remember also developed Sumotori Dreams, which is a game that I covered a long time ago back on the channel, which was like a wrestling sumo physics-based thing. Well, very similar premise here, only emphasis on soccer. The goofy level and the physics level are still very much in play though. And as you can see, we've got a whole bunch of different metrics here on our title screen that are going to allow us to tweak our experience. But first and foremost, what I want to do is show you a little bit of a demo of the physics model before we break down all of the other stuff. So let's just look at that, and then we can check out some of the other things. So we've got a pile of characters here, all sort of doing their own thing, and a mousetrap-inspired Rube Goldbergian series of events is going on, although not all of them necessarily correlate with each other. We've got like the surfboard on top of a bunch of basketballs made of wood. We've got the jumping jack thing going on over here that already fell, and we've got some dudes that are just like falling down on some tables. But now the greatest thing here is that we can actually throw some soccer balls at some of these guys just to kind of create a situation where the ragdolls will start to interact with each other. And yeah, you can see these tables will actually break. I'm seeing a really great future with the like futuristic wrestling world that I think could come out of this game. I'm seeing these characters all really getting like decked out like in WWF style stuff and smashing chairs over each other and breaking through the ring. I'm seeing intros all in a ridiculous, goofy style too. Well, I mean, this is kind of fine, actually. And I really like these models, which are quite terrifying in some ways. Like, if we look at kind of a close-up at one of these characters' faces, well, I can't really get much closer than this at the moment, but they have giant, open, square mouths and eyes that don't get any bigger. They're almost Cheshire Cat-style eyes, and the teeth are just horrifying. But, you know, I think for as terrifying as that is, you know, it's spooky for October, but it's also just kind of bizarre, and I think that's kind of where some of this stuff gets its charm. You see this character floundering around on the floor. So you watch the procedural way that this character will find a way to step back up again as he tries to rotate his spine around into a circle to get onto his belly to then lift back up. Pretty cool how that all works, and anyway, I just kind of wanted to show you this real quick. Let's actually do a quick game. And I'll show you that this is actually a game you can play, and there is actually some stuff going on in it. This is also a game that has some online, which I'm very eager to try and check out at some point, so I'm hoping to get a friend to maybe play this with. In the bottom right corner, we've got our graphics settings, so I've got this set to high, VSync is on, got it set to full screen, and sound and music are both in play. We've also got our help at the bottom left, which has got our QWEASD for movement. Alright, then we've got our space bar for kick, control and drag the feet of your goofballs, and we're actually going to kind of command the players around. Then we can use our right mouse button to turn the camera. Then, in the center, we've got our timer on and off. We can set that, I set it to 5 minutes, I think is like a nice amount of time. It defaults, I think, to like 1 minute, which is really short. Team size can be anywhere from 1, so one-on-one versus the maximum, which is 32 players, which is obviously quite excessive, but could also result in some zany hijinks. I'm going to stick to a reasonably small number for the start, and we can also go nuts with the amount of balls available. 32 there. We can also tweak the ball size to be absolutely minuscule to reasonably gigantic, and they actually break through the walls there, which is kind of entertaining as well. I don't actually remember what that was set to. We'll say 18 is fine. Go back to that. We can also change the size of the field, and the gate width is the goal there, as you can probably tell. So I think that's about right. We can set all run to ball, never, last 20 seconds, or always. I think it's a little bit more entertaining when they don't all rush the ball and then nothing happens. And then for wall type, we've got fragile, robust, and none. I take it none, removes the walls entirely, and then fragile means we can break through them. Robust is probably, okay, they're double as thick, so less likely to break through. And then we can actually play against the computer or the computer versus the computer if you want to simulate some runs of this, which could also be rather entertaining. So this is a regular game. I believe I am on the red team, so I'm going to try and set up a position here. I'm going to get our goalie in place and start moving things over. So the whole premise here is that these characters can't really walk very effectively. As you can see, they'll fall all the time. They don't know what they're doing. They're not very good at soccer, but it does result in some good times, as you can probably imagine. You almost get a goal, and then, like, everyone that's trying to kick the ball falls at the same time, and then they're all squirming on top of each other, trying to all stand up at the same time. You know, it's an interesting premise. The game certainly doesn't have the most fantastic-looking graphics, but it's not the type of game you play for the graphics. You play it for the absolutely intense and overwhelming simulatory soccer experience, I would assume, anyway. That's why I bought it, honestly. And this is the full version. There is, by the way, a demo version where you can't really set, like, any of the metrics on the title screen. So if you want to, like, play around with some of the weird, kind of quirky stuff and have, like, a ton of balls or a ton of people, all that stuff is locked out of the gate, unfortunately. But yeah, for, I think it was $6, you can actually unlock the full version, and there's even an editor, so I guess if you want to get into the nitty-gritty here, you could potentially try and maybe make your own area to play soccer within, or, you know, whatever you want to do. I assume that's kind of what spawned that weird demo, is probably playing around in the editor in this, and I think there could be some very good times to be had there as well. I don't know why this character won't stand up again. Usually I don't run into this problem, actually. They're usually pretty good at separating. I think because of the way the wall broke, they're all kind of just dogpiling on top of the soccer ball, and I can't get anybody to move. You know what? This is a failed game, I think. Yeah, let's try that again. Play against computer. Same strategy. Second verse, same as the first. Let's try this again. Let's block this guy, and we'll get this guy out of the corner. You could have a little bit of extra guarding going on. Oh, this is your time to shine, man. Get over there. No, over here, though. I know I can control them, by the way. It's just like, they don't always go where you tell them to go. They kind of face whatever direction their marker takes them in, and beyond that, like, yes, you can control them, but it doesn't really always work out. Which is, you know, part of the enjoyment, I would think. So let's get this guy over here. I'm gonna give it a kick. Oh, okay, we can kick each other. Look at the detail in the way the grass deforms, by the way. That's kind of an interesting little thing that you might not even notice. Can we get like a hat wobble, maybe? There we go. I wanted to get kind of close up. Freeform controls. Soccer it to me, baby. Yeah, alright, come on. Let's do this soccer thing. Let's get a goal over on the other side, please. Oh my god, the goalie on the other team has destroyed the whole goal. Can you see this? This is lunacy. That is also a viable option, by the way, if you are in a position to score a goal, but you happen to be on, like, the left or right side of the goal. You can honestly just, like, break the goal into pieces and kick the ball inside. You don't have to feel too worried or apprehensive about doing so. It's totally within the rules, I guess. So I'm, like, kicking in the wrong direction. We should probably do less of that. I'm still at risk for destroying my own goal here. And this is a very precarious positioning setup that we've got going on. No, our goalie's down. Okay, it looks like all I'm doing is blocking here. This is... Oh, okay, wait. This could work. Can we get... Just kick him! Kick him! Oh, no. Oh, this is never gonna work like this. There's not a chance that I'll be able to get behind the ball without kicking it in. Or maybe he's... Yeah, he did his job. And I can't beat the CPU, which is basically brain dead. So, I guess we'll do the worm. Also, this music that's playing, I'm pretty sure I've heard this somewhere else. I think in just a video I did recently, actually, this same background music played, like, for the whole game. Which is why it stood out to me. Alright, let's do something wacky now that you've seen me lose against the computer. We'll do, team size of 25, ball count, let's do 6. Field width, make it quite a substantial bit larger in both directions, and we'll make the gates a lot larger too, and the ball size pretty big as well. Alright, so that's good. Let's do always run to ball, because I don't know how this is going to actually work since there's multiple. I kind of wish you could spread the balls apart, because they're all kind of clustered in the center of the area there. I kind of wish we could, like, just sort them in weird ways, or maybe have, like, non-square soccer fields. I think would be kind of interesting. So we'll do a simulation here, and we'll get a Tane, I think. We'll get a Tane. Okay, let's see what happens. Can we back up, actually? The camera's, like, a little bit close for my taste. Okay, they've all dogpiled already. This is gonna be chaos. Oh, no! I think the frame rate's already dipping, which is actually kind of bad news, because I was testing it in the demo, and I couldn't get the frame rate to drop below 60, but I guess this is what it takes. Having enough physics-enabled ragdolls all going off at the same time does tend to have that kind of detrimental effect on your GPU. So I'm getting the impression from what's going on right now, there isn't going to be a lot of soccer had. I think we're going to be kind of spending our entire game trying to stand up mostly, which, you know, we've got the, like, ice over the pond effect of soccer. That would be a whole nother thing. Add some friction or non-friction to the arena's surface. Maybe add some explosives or some sort of, like, gravity orbs to pull people in certain directions. You know, just things to kind of, like, mess with the flow of the game and the way it's going already, I think would be kind of an interesting addition. We did have a ball get loose here, and I'm not really sure what to make of that. This blue character seems to be going for it. Oh, or is he? Nope, he couldn't quite handle the pressure, it looks like. But we've got a red character swooping in. That was a great kick there. Yeah, that really worked out well for him. Let's see if this other red character can maybe pick up on some of the slack. The camera's actually kind of taking care of a lot of these adjustments for me and actually, like, directing my sight in the direction that whatever the action happens to be at the moment. Yeah, nothing much going on over there. We've got a blue character walking into the goal, kind of breaking up some of this stuff. You know what else this reminds me of a little bit is that MDK game Hard Time. I kind of was channeling a little bit of that, or imagining the channeling of that in that, like, wrestling thing that I was mentioning in the demo. Just import all of the character models from Hard Time, and just have them all fighting with, like, nail boards or whatever they had in jail. Shivs of... Oh my god, great jump! That was fantastic. I see you really put all of your athleticism to work on that one. Maybe we could get just one really nice kick would be great. Nope. Alright, well, it doesn't seem like much is going to be accomplished here. I would be surprised if any goals are scored in the remaining 2 minutes and 46 seconds. Okay, it looks like we've shifted away from caring about that side of the screen. This is kind of like watching Puppy Bowl, only without the puppies. Maybe that's another option we could add. Could we get some puppies in this game? You know what? I'm starting to change my mind. Maybe there actually could be a goal scored in this. It would be highly unlikely, but I could see it happening at this point. There's enough balls that are away from the center of the action that maybe if things just work out really, really well. Well, alright. I'm kind of 50-50 on it, honestly. Does this red guy care enough? Can we get a kick? No, we can't. Well, I mean, he kicked it, but kind of unintentionally over. Nobody's gonna capitalize on that, it looks like. Okay. I'm tempted to just let this game run to fruition and see what happens here, but if even one goal gets scored, I will be surprised. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, no. They're good at giving you little moments of suspense, though, where it's like, oh, well, maybe, just maybe something cool will happen, and then they rip it away from you all at the last second. Also, what's going on in the upper chest of these character models? They seem to have some very interesting musculature. Well then, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually a little bit disappointed. The game actually crashed for some reason, so maybe we've had a little bit too much physics-enabled fun on this one. I was just gonna mention before we closed out the episode, this is also reminding me a little bit of Tori Bash in a way, so it would be kind of curious to see if we could do sort of like a Frozen Synapse or Frozen End Zone style gameplay where maybe you do turn-based soccer, like maybe we alternate and set routes for each other and just see how things play out. For the sake of multiplayer, I guess you could just, like, ask the other player to play that way. But it would be kind of neat if you could actually set that up. And I think actually some really emergent and crazy stuff could end up happening that way. Just imagining, you know, however many players you have on each side of the field, they all get one turn and then just see where things go from there. And, of course, adding, like, active dismemberment never really hurts either. Although I'm not sure quite how morbid we want to take things in Goofball Goals. So anyway, that's going to do it for another episode, guys. It's a very strange game, of course, and, well, you know, where else would you rather go other than Indie Impressions for strange games? It is kind of my specialty, I suppose. So feel free to go check this one out yourself. Like I mentioned, there is a demo version you can try out. It doesn't have a lot of the options enabled, but it does have, you know, the basic functional gameplay, so you can give it a shot. And, of course, if you're interested, feel free to purchase the full version. At the time of this recording, it was $6, so it's not extremely expensive. But I could see getting a few hours of entertainment out of this, given the right circumstance and the right friend to play online with or something like that. This is looking like a pretty fun streaming game, in my opinion, so I'm thinking maybe there could be some meat to that. Anyway, links are all going to be in the description. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like for more physics-enabled hilarity, possibly in the future. I do always look out for games like this, because I find that they're especially enjoyable and generally just quite funny just to watch, even if you're not actively engaged in them all the time. So, leave a like if you don't mind. It helps me out a whole bunch. Make sure you come back again tomorrow. New episodes of Indie Impressions go up every single day without fail, so I look forward to bringing you another one tomorrow, and I will talk to you all later. Hope you have a great night, everybody.